So first I'm prepping my skin using the Emolene Moisturizer. It has a really lightweight gel-like texture, hydrates well without feeling greasy. I always go for this one when I'm prepping for my makeup. After that, I'm using SoTrue's Blur-fect primer all over my face. It smooths everything out, helps blur pores and texture, and it gives a nice base for the rest of the makeup. Now I'm going to contour my nose using the Insight Cosmetic Concealer Palette. I actually like doing this before concealer because once the concealer goes on, it helps soften the contour and makes it look more natural and blended. For my base, I'm skipping foundation today and just using concealer because I wanted to keep everything really lightweight. I'm using Swiss Beauty's liquid concealer in the shade 11. Around the nose, I'm going super light-handed because I still want the nose contour to peek through, just in a really subtle way. This concealer blends like a dream and gives such an even-toned semi-dewy finish. I have even talked about it before in one of my shorts and I love using it as my base. Since my eyelids are very pink, I'm also applying the same concealer there to cancel that out so that eyeshadow can pop better. Then I'm using the same Insight Concealer Palette to lightly contour the rest of my face just a bit and blending everything with a small blending brush, keeping it really soft. Now for blush, I didn't have a blush shade that would suit this espresso toned look, so I used the same contour shade from the concealer palette as blush. For the eyes, I started with a light shade from the Mars Blooming Eyeshadow Palette, just blended that all over my upper lid using a fluffy brush. Then I took a brown shade from the same palette and blended it really close to my upper and lower lash line. Then with an angular brush, I used the same eyeshadow again to create a soft brown eyeliner effect. Next, I tightlined my upper waterline using Maybelline's Colossal Kajal, and for the lower waterline, I only tightlined halfway, just up to the center. Now coming back to blush, honestly I wasn't totally happy with how it looked, so I grabbed a Nykaa Eyeshadow Palette and found this beautiful reddish brown shade. I used that instead with a fluffy brush and it instantly looked better on the cheeks. Then I used the Mars Translucent Loose Powder to set the areas where I tend to get oily, like under my eyes, around my nose, forehead and smile lines. I didn't apply it all over my face because I still wanted to keep that dewiness intact. Then I set everything using Swiss Beauty's setting spray, and after that I curled my lashes using the Bronson's eyelash curler. For mascara, I used Maybelline's Colossal waterproof mascara and I applied it on my upper lashes as well as my lower lashes. For the lips, I started by lining them with Mars Edge of Desire lip liner in the shade Brown Mocha. I slightly contoured the lips with it, then blended the liner using my finger. After that, I applied Mars lipstick. This one is from this set of 3 lipsticks and the shade is 11, a really pretty nude brown shade. To add a softened highlight in the center, I dabbed a tiny bit of concealer and blended it out with a brush. Then topped it with Swiss Beauty's transparent gloss, and to bring back some definition, I lightly lined the lips again with the same lip liner. And that's the final look. I kept it simple, subtle and used all affordable products. Let me know how you liked it in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.